Hello and welcome to a cold, grey, somewhat depressing Epping Stadium for round 10 of the NPL 2 season. We have a cross-conference game for you today. Two sides from East and West meeting. The home side in blue, Melbourne Victory, versus the Eastern Lions on what should hopefully be a slightly more promising day than the conditions. My name is Joey Lynch, and it should be a rather interesting game today. We've got Melbourne Victory from the genuinely probably stronger Western Conference coming up a team in the Lions that did enter this round in first position in the Eastern Conference. They've since lost that slot to Bulleen Lions with results yesterday, but we'll be looking to go back on top of the table with a win. The Lions, well, they're also looking to get back on the right track. They've lost their past two games in the NPL, losing 2-0 to the other A-League youth side running around the NPL 2, Melbourne City, in round 9. That was a 2-0 defeat, but maybe they could get some momentum going from the FFA Cup last week, where they advanced to the next round with a 3-1 win over Caroline Springs George Cross. Melbourne Victory, of course, had the week off. Their A-League side won't enter the FFA Cup until the round of 32, so of course their NPL side not eligible to compete in the competition. They lost in round 9, they lost 2-0 to Moreland Zebras, so their form coming in, loss, win, win, so maybe on the form you'd say they're due for a win. The starting lineups for the hosts, number 1 in goal, Matthew Sutton. Number 4, Benjamin Carrigan. Number 5, So Nishikawa. Number 7, Thierry Iridakunda. Number 11, Brandon Lawton. Number 16, Jack Morton. Number 17, Josh Hope. Number 18, Stefan Ristich. Number 19, Jack Palazzolo. And number 21, Ramat Akbari. And the Victory, as you will probably be able to see in their dark blue kits, will be kicking from right to left on your screen in the first half. For the visitors, in their traditional red kits, a battle of two home kits in this one. The visitors in goal, number 1, Keegan Coulter. Number 2, Costa Drotzis. Number 3, Matt Collier. Number 6, Andrew Williams. As we briefly paused, Drotzis takes the ball forward, gets a shot off on goal, but it's deflected out for a corner. Number 6, Andrew Williams. Number 7, the man with one of the best names in NPL football, Ziggy Rizuki. Number 8, Ryan Losty. Number 11, Ross Staley. Number 13, Aaron Fabrice. Number 16, Sean Kenny. Number 17, Nathan Sim. And number 20, Dan Cathercole. As we'll see, pause now as Rizuki will send in a very, very early set piece for the Lions. Shot comes in there from the Lions, but it's over the bar for a goal kick. Of course, Victory fans will be aware a number of the players on the field for the Victory have been in and around their A-League side this year. As we see, Hope may be limping slightly very early on. Of course, number 17, Hope, is one of those players in and around the A-League side. 5 starts in 13 games for Kevin Muscat's men this year. Ramat Akbari, another one. He's had 9 appearances in the A-League with 1 start. Jack Palazzolo out there made his senior debut for the Victory midweek in the ACL, coming on as a substitute against Guangzhou Evergrande. So, a number of players, maybe with finals coming up, maybe their chances of, well, aside from maybe Hope or Akbari, their chances of breaking through this year are gone, but we'll be keen to continue to build in the future as we see Nishikawa at left back on the ball. He'll get the ball to Akbari. Hope. Morton switches to play across. Iridakunda now. But now it's a turnover and the Lions have a chance to move forward. Turnover. Now Victory have a chance to break through Akbari. And that will be a free kick in a dangerous area for the hosts. Set piece now for Victory to look to respond after the Lions' early corner. My apologies. It appears as though there's been a number change. Dan Cathercole, former Nunawading Western Suburbs, Clifton Hill and Whitby Town player, is wearing number 5, not number 20. As Morton stands over the free kick. Shot comes in. Call to leaps, and it will just be over the bar. So for the visitors, the Lions, it's been an interesting season, as I said, coming into this game in first position on the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table, but they've definitely been a fan of drama this season. Numerous wins and draws that they've clocked up have come with goals in the last minutes as Victory moved forward, but that's quickly snuffed out by Sim, who switches the play across to Rizuki. And now that's a poor clearance now. The ball will fall to Staley, but it will be cleared out for another corner. As the Lions, perhaps late specialists you'd call them, numerous goals in the last 5 to 10 minutes of play, getting them results. One would say that normally such a run of form would be unsustainable across the course of an entire season, but of course they're top now, heading into round 10, and that's all that matters, as Rizuki will swing another ball into the waiting pack. Shot comes in, it's a goal of the Lions! They're struck early, it's Cathercole. Victory unable to clear the danger after the ball came into the back post. It was Kenny that shot the ball back in. And Cathercole was waiting to pounce, putting it into the back of the net. Sutton no chance, an early blow for the host. The Lions take a 1-0 lead. Were not equipped to deal with that danger from the corner, and the Lions make them pay. Well, that's exactly not what you want if you are a young A-League Academy side. Going down early, potential to drop your heads. We'll see how they bounce back now as the Lions come straight out, putting the pressure on with a fierce press. Hope. Nishikawa just under that press, just forced to put the ball out after Fabrice put him under pressure. Morton. Just again, Drutzis now applying the pressure. This is fantastic stuff from the Lions, and Drutzis will force a turnover. Trying to switch the play now, Akbari. He'll find Nishikawa on the left, but he'll be forced to just hold the play up and back to Hope. Morton. Lawton now, moving it forward. Hope. Nishikawa. But he's unable to do anything with a, well, cross-come shot. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there, but it will be a goal kick to the Lions. Sim. Puts his man Losty under pressure there, and that will be a turnover. Akbari. But Sim will clean up. Cathercole. Rizuki. Lions moving the ball forward on the left, but Victory will clear the danger. Sutton will be forced to bomb this ball long. She does so. Pack forms. Headed forward by the Lions, but back out by Victory. Playing ping pong with it. Drutzis, it looks like, will win the free kick. Collier standing over it. Collier will want to bounce back after that last game, the round 9 game, where it was his own goal within the first 120 seconds, which gave City a lead, but almost sold his goalkeeper, Coulter, into trouble there. It was Pallet Solo that was applying the pressure. Hope. Once again ringing out to Nishikawa, who's been busy early. But he's got nothing open to him, and he's forced to go back in the face of that press once again to Sutton. Lions want to throw in. Nothing from the linesman. Maybe they'll stop now because they've got a chance to break forward if they can through Lawton. Lawton to Iridakunda, who was on the bench for Victory's ACL game against Guangzhou, but he'll turn the ball over. Carrigan there to clean the ball up, and now Hope. He'll get it back to Lawton on the right. Iridakunda, chance to break forward, and he'll put the ball into space for Pallet Solo, but no doing as it's cleaned up by Sim. Collier tries to find Rizuki, but it's picked out by Lawton. Lawton still going. Lawton. Fine run from the youngster. Hope in possession. Has one goal this season. He'll shoot. Hope just wide of the left-hand post. And Coulter gives it to his defenders. He didn't appreciate how, with the ease of which, I don't think he appreciated the ease that which Lawton was able to scythe through in the back line. And getting a new ball, it looks like. Maybe a puncture, maybe a flat. Byrie will keep the ball in, plays it through to Palazzolo, but Sim is there to clean up. But his ball will be picked out by Lawton. Iridakunda. Back to Lawton. Collier forces the turnover now. Entertaining start to this one. Now Rizuki. He'll just bomb the ball forward in the direction of Staley. Looking for his first goal on the season is Staley. Eastern Lions haven't actually scored in their past 2 league games. Recording back-to-back defeats. Their first 2 defeats of the season, in that 2-0 loss to City, and before that a 1-0 loss to Northcote City. Carrigan comes under pressure. Lawton comes in to back him up. Now, Fabrice is all on his own in the right, but they couldn't find him, as it'll be a throw-in instead. And looks like Gather Cole will throw a long throw-in and comes in. Pack forms. Just nodded on by Hope. And it will be a corner. And we will see how Victory defend this one, hopefully for head coach Gareth Naven. Slightly better defending than we saw on the Lions' second one, which of course resulted in Gather Cole's goal. That goal from Gather Cole was his 3rd of the season, brings him level with Yanni Tumanidis, who's on the bench today. Comes in the back post, kept in by the Lions. It looks like no. Went out for a goal kick. Sutton will take it quickly. Carrigan. Looking for Akbari, but it's picked out there for Briss, but Briss can't do anything with it. Once again, Sutton looking to spring victory ahead quickly. Hope. Lucky he got the free kick there from Drutzis giving it away, because he did give up waiting for the whistle. Taken quickly by Morton. Anderson. Back to Hope. Nishikawa wants it on his left. Hope chooses instead to cut inside. Morton. Now Nishikawa gets it. Beats Fabrice. But Fabrice gets back well. And it'll be a throw into victory. So Victory looking to bounce back and get back into this game after copping the early lead, and they will be looking to get Jack Palazzolo involved in this game. He's got 7 goals on the season, but interestingly enough, 6 of them have come on 2 hat-tricks. So tends to score in bunches at an NPL level, does Palazzolo. Morton. Yeah, it's Palazzolo on the ball, but he's given it away, Rizuki. But now they have a chance to break. Ramat Akbari running into the middle, if he can find him. Instead, Palazzolo will look for goal. Classic number 9 that he is, always looking for the target, but an easy save for Keegan Coulter. And now Fabrice can move it forward on the right. Staley is dispossessed by Akbari. Morton plays it forward for Palazzolo. Sim just does the safe thing and hoofs the ball out wide here. And it just stays inside the fence and rolls down in front of our commentary position. Nishikawa with the throw. Hope cutting inside. Morton. Akbari. Morton under pressure from Drutzis. Forced to go back to Anderson. Iridakunda. Morton. Anderson switches the play up. Now it's Morton, sorry. It looks like Victory have done some switching in their midfield. There's Nishikawa on the ball. Akbari, he's got time. But his pass cut out by Sim. Drutzis now finds it. Rizuki on the left. Rizuki plays it forward looking for Gathercole. It's picked out there. And now Lions moving forward in attack. This is promising. Drutzis. He's got men in the middle. He's got... Shoots. Well saved by Sutton. That was dangerous from Drutzis. Ball is still in the area. Shot comes in. It's blocked. Losty had the shot. It's blocked away. But that was dangerous signs for Victory, but the defence holds well, and now they can break through Hope. Cantering forward with the ball. It's got Iridakunda on the right. And Lawton. Instead he'll turn around and play it to Morton. Lawton back to Anderson. Hope. Nishikawa loses his feet. Now the Lions can break. Staley. Staley gives it to no one though, and Akbari's got time to do something. Ball is forward. Gathercole gives chase, but Sutton is out strongly to hoof the ball out of play. Anderson back to Sutton. He's got time. It's for Lawton. Under pressure from Rizuki. He'll keep it in. No, he won't. Throw in to the lines in a dangerous position. I imagine we'll see, yep, Gathercole is walking over and he will throw the ball back in. Gathercole's third, bringing him equal second on Eastern Lions goal scoring charts for this season. Their other top two scorers, Tom Biss, former Wellington Phoenix player, and Yanni Tumanidis, both starting on the bench for the Lions today, interestingly enough, as the long throw-in comes in. And it comes back in, but Sutton is there to strongly collect the header back in from Fabrice. Iridakunda. Combining with Lawton. Now, he's got hope. Ristich is in front of him. He'll play the ball to Nishikawa. Nishikawa has a shot for goal, but it's well over the ball. So we apologise to the kids in cars and the like for that language by the Lions defence, but it will nonetheless be a goal kick. Keegan Coulter, of course, the Lions goalkeeper, a very familiar name to followers of NPL Victoria, former Oakley Cannon, South Melbourne and Box Hill goalkeeper. Returning to a familiar place for the Coulter family, his father, Sean, played for Eastern Lions from 1971 to 1987, so Coulter, a famous name at the Eastern Lions. They're under a bit of trouble now, but Kenny does enough to win a free kick. And we thank you for joining us today on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages, reminding you that if you are watching through Facebook, leave us a comment with your comments on the game. If I'm butchering any of the players' names or the like, do our best to read them out. As I see, looking at the Facebook page, we've got a couple of other young players hanging about. Mark Karlich, and Nick Erish. If he wants to leave me a comment telling me how to pronounce his last name, that would be appreciated. Melbourne City youth player is Karlich, and former City goalkeeper, former Heidelberg goalkeeper, and now I believe he's with Port Melbourne, Nick Erish, joining us on Facebook. So thanks for tuning in. There's the Lions now on the left. Ball comes in. Scythed in there, but well caught by Sutton. Hope. Under pressure. Fighting for the ball, but the Lions force a turnover, but only as far as Carrigan. Sprayed out to the right. It's a Lawton. Good run there. As he's looking for Palazzolo, but he'll be forced to go out wide to collect it. Ristich and Akbari in the box for victory. Iridakunda. Rizuki fighting for the ball and wins a free kick. Drutzis. Ooh. Ristich there, crunching challenge, gives away another free kick. Collier this time will float the ball forward. Men in the penalty area for the Lions, but it's a poor free kick, but Drutzis is there to collect. Rizuki. Lawton cuts out the ball intended for Drutzis. And Iridakunda wins the free kick for the hosts' victory. Victory's A-League team, of course, playing last night against the Western Sydney Wanderers, recording a 1-0 win, but Kevin Muscat, in his comments after the game, none too pleased with the performance. We'll be hoping for an improvement from his side on Friday night in the A-League's first elimination final. This ball comes for Palazzolo under pressure from Collier, and Collier will win the ball. Collier, one of the few central defenders in NPL Victoria that's actually smaller than the City and Victory youth side strikers, but he's done well there to win the ball, and he'll throw the ball in. Yes, Victory will be waiting until the result of tonight's Wellington Phoenix versus Perth Glory game to find out who they play in the first week of the finals, as the ball is lofted forward and Sutton is forced to come out of his area and head the ball. It was awkwardly weighted ball. Bari on the left now. Yeah, should Perth Glory win by 2 goals or more, Melbourne Victory will be playing Wellington Phoenix on Friday night at Amy Park. If the Phoenix take a point from that game, or Perth Glory only win by 1, Melbourne City will visit Victory in a Melbourne Derby elimination final. Of course, needed a 7-goal swing coming into the rounds to set up Phoenix versus Victory final, but then City went and put 5 past the Mariners, so intriguing turn of events as City's kids turned it on. Rami Nazarene scoring his first ever A-League goal in that one, a night before he was named the Rising Star for City at their awards night last night. Mouni Najjar taking the Y-League Player of the Year and the other youth award. Rizuki breaking forward, he loses his footing and he will win a free kick in a somewhat promising position for the Lions, who are just beginning to get on top of this game. You feel their chances are, you would say, looking more promising than Victory at this point. As look at that, Melbourne Victory player Anthony Lysiotis now has also joined the Facebook chat, bantering with Mark Carledge. Lysiotis, of course, becoming the first ever player to make the jump from Melbourne City to Melbourne Victory, making history. As the Lions put the ball forward, Gathercole couldn't reach the ball and he would have been offside anyway had he got ahead to it. Adam Centafanti of the Bulleen Lions joining us on the stream as well, watching to see if his side will retain first position on the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table should the Lions fail to get a win. Long ball out from Sutton. It's nodded onwards. Iridakunda under some fierce pressure, and Drutzis will come away with the ball, but it's gone right back to Victory. Palazzolo. Lawton floats the ball in. Akbari is there. So are 2 Lions defenders, but Akbari wins it. Hope. Morton was looking for Akbari and he had some space. It was well cleared as Hope floats it back in. Could have been a handball there, I thought, but no shouts from the Victory, so Coulter will collect. And he will hoof the ball long in the direction of Gathercole. Fabrice is there as well. Gathercole will take the throw in. Chance now for the Lions. Drutzis, but Hope does well to get back. Now can stride forward down the left, majestically with that hair flowing behind him. Morton now switches the play over to Lawton on the right. He'll keep it in and go to work against Rizuki. No, he won't. He'll go back to Iridakunda. He'll look for Hope. Hope will be forced to chase it. And he will win a free kick. And he stayed down. Fabrice wasn't happy about that. Did look a free kick, however. Headed clear by the Lions there. As we see Daniel on Thunder, Brandon Barnes has joined the chat asking if Thomas Biss is any danger of touching the ball. Well, he'd have to be subbed on first to touch the ball because he started on the bench with Gather Cole playing up front in his place, as well as Staley. Nishikawa. Collier picks that ball out. Drutzis. Lawton dispossesses him. Palazzolo back to Lawton. Collier sliding in, but only as far as Iridakunda. Akbari. Hope. This is good play from the Victory. Hope. Shot was just blocked there by Williams, but it comes straight back in. Now the Lions have a chance to clear their lines. Drutzis brings down Nishikawa, and that will be a free kick. Maybe I would hear the referee telling him that's his third foul, and just to watch it. Sutton will play the ball long once again. Williams plays it back to Coulter. That's well done there from Palazzolo. He's charged the ball down. Luckily for Coulter, he'll run back and just watch it go out for a goal kick, but that could have been absolutely disastrous for the Lions. Fantastic hustle from Palazzolo. Ishikawa now on the left. He's been good in this first half as the young left back. He'll play the ball back to Carrigan. Morton. Loughton under pressure from Gathercole. Does well to turn. Anderson. Ishikawa. Does well to lose Drutzis. Iridakunda. Palazzolo to Ristich. Lawton. Keeping the ball well, Victory. Iridakunda goes down under the challenge. No free kick given, and the Lions can now collect. Sim. Plays the ball forward. But it's picked out by Nishikawa. Carrigan. Hope. Morton. Iridakunda. He's got Lawton again on his right. Uses him. Collier and Rizuki close him down. Back to Iridakunda. Picked out, however. Gathercole applying the pressure, but Victory again can clear now. Lawton just can't combine with Iridakunda, and it'll be a throw into the Lions on the left. As we're in the final 10 minutes of this entertaining first half, Eastern Lions taking an early lead through Gathercole. Victory have had their chances, just really haven't been able to put the ball on target. Lots of chances, but they've all gone wide. This ball is flicked forward, but easily cleared there. Palazzolo forced to work on his own against three defenders. Tough task for any striker. Carrigan. To Morton. Morton again. And he'll play the ball forward for Akbari. And Akbari's got room to move here. Going up against Sim on the left. Akbari cuts inside on his right. Doesn't pull the trigger. Still got the ball, however. Turns. Hope now. Instead, they'll reload. Probably could have pulled the trigger. Instead, now Carrigan finds himself with the ball on the halfway line. Nishikawa on the left. Ristich will keep the ball. Hope. Lawton. Moves the ball forward. Palazzolo. Iridakunda on the right. Will he find someone in the box? Tries to. Rizuki got in the way. And Iridakunda can't win it back, and Gathercole now will move into possession for the Lions. But he'll be under some fierce pressure here. Drutzis, he can't win it either. Hope. Ristich can't keep possession, and he'll give away a free kick. And they're getting some good spells of possession here, Victory, but once just not pulling the trigger, just waiting for that perfect opportunity that isn't arriving. Gathercole nods it onward. Ishikawa, his opposite number, will chip the ball out, but only as far as Losty. It's well worked there by the Lions to switch the play to the left. Rizuki, back to Collier. He'll be forced to go back to Coulter. I just put it long, but only as far as Lawton. But Lawton can't direct his header at Iridakunda. Hope just bundles over Drutzis. And he will give away a free kick, so maybe perhaps a late chance here in the first half for the Lions. Hope bundling over the Lions 2018 Best and Fairest winner. Costa Drutzis, he does have a brother playing for the Lions as well, Chris Drutzis, but he is not featured today. And Rizuki stands over the ball. Morton finds Iridakunda on the right. Maybe late chances for the Victory to do something, but Irakunda's ball is poor and it will be picked out. Just Staley with not much support, and Victory will pinch it off him and go forward once again. Hope. He's got men on his left. Uses Nishikawa. Just switching the play, content to keep possession, try to probe this Lions defence as they've done all half. Nishikawa lobs the ball past Fabrice, but Fabrice does well to get back and cover. Hope. Morton. Anderson. Hope. Nishikawa under pressure from Drutzis. He's forced to go back to Sutton. Now the Lions will clear their half. Iridakunda battles with Rizuki. And the Lions will take the ball from it. Lions frustrated. They are getting the ball back from Victory, but struggling to do anything with it. Hope. Nishikawa just turns around. He's almost sold Hope into trouble there. Drutzis applying the pressure, and he will eventually force a turnover. Rizuki surrounded, however. Referee waves play on, and a chance maybe for Victory to get something going quickly. Ball is floated over the top. Coulter will come out to collect and awkwardly boot the ball long, and it's offside. Lions fans don't think he was offside, but pretty sure he was. So, Victory chance to go again. Hope just drives the ball at Akbari. He'll twist and turn. Morton switches the play to Lawton. Morton to Lawton. Funny that. Hope. Lawton tries to flick it through to Hope. Doesn't work the first time, but the header does. Iridakunda cannot keep the ball in. Collier with a long throw to Staley. Victor will collect the ball once again, and Lawton now. Anderson plays it back to Sutton. Nishikawa. Hope. Lawton. Keep the ball in. Play the ball down the right. Palazzolo going to work against Collier. But Iridakunda now. Ooh, sliding challenge from Rizuki. Could have been dangerous. It's given away the free kick. Lions fans don't like it, neither does Rizuki, but looked like the referee was thinking of booking Rizuki, so maybe he should just be thankful to not be going into the book just before the stroke of half-time. It's perhaps maybe another late chance for the Victory. Chance for them to pull the trigger in this one. Morton standing over it looks like. All the men assembled in a line on the edge of the area. Floated in towards the back post. Hope was rising for it, as was Ristich, but neither of them could get it, and it will be hoofed clear by the Lions. Lawton cleaning up. It's about a Morton. Near to Kunda. The Lions applying a bit of pressure here, trying to catch Victory unorganised, and they're forced to turnover. Drutzis. Rizuki. He'll put the ball into the post. Staley was there, but he was offside. Instead, Sutton will just throw the ball clear to Lawton. Morton now plays the ball here to Kunda. His pass intended for Palazzolo was picked out, but he'll win the ball back, and now Victory can go up through the left through Hope. Clever flick. Ristich shoots! But once again, it's been a theme for the Victory in this half. When they have pulled the trigger, it's gone wide. As you might have heard, the ground announcer there will have 1 minute of added time here. 1 minute for the one goal that we've seen in this game so far. Gather Cole putting the ball in the back of the net early for the Lions after Victory failed to clear a corner swung in by Rizuki. But aside from that, Victory have had the majority of possession in this first half, content to play the ball around and poke and prod and probe the Lions' defence, just has struggled to make that final pass in as the referee blows for half time. So after the first 45 minutes here in Epping, the Eastern Lions will take a 1-0 lead into the dressing room thanks to a goal from Dan Gathercole early in the contest, as I said, from a failed clearance from a corner. Victory, a lot of possession in that half. Maybe perhaps could have pulled the trigger a few times, and when they did, unfortunately couldn't really find the target. So perfectly poised game here heading into the second half. By no means are neither side out of it. So be sure to join us back on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages for what should be a very intriguing second half. Welcome back to Epping Stadium for the second half of this cross-conference NPL 2 fixture. Eastern Lions playing in their traditional red strips, now kicking from right to left with a 1-0 lead thanks to an early strike from Dan Gathercole over the dark blue Melbourne Victory, who are kicking from left to right as the Lions get us going in the second half. It was an intriguing first half. The Lions striking early to, on the live ladder, put themselves back top of the NPL 2 East, but Victory with the majority of the ball and more shots, just either unable to put their shots on target or maybe on some other occasions unable to pull the trigger when they could have had a decent shot on target. My name is Joey Lynch, and thank you for joining me here for the second half as we see Victory now move the ball forward. But Morton loses the ball to the Lions, who will eventually move the ball out. Well, they'll try to at least, but instead Ristich will now have a chance to win the ball back, but instead Collier moves into possession. Rizuki under pressure from Iridakunda. Drutzis back to Rizuki. Drutzis, this is a good move forward from the Lions. He'll look for Staley, but Victory will converge and clear the danger. Ristich was trying to knock the ball forward for Palazzolo, but mistimed his effort, and Coulter will collect. As I said, Coulter, not a lot actually to do in that first half. I don't think he actually had to make one save from memory. Most of the Victory's efforts on goal were either blocked or went wide. One almost embarrassing situation for him when Palazzolo charged down and attempted clearance just past the half an hour mark, but thankfully for the veteran NPL goalkeeper, the ball rolled out of play, saving him what would have been considerable embarrassment. So now we see Victory trying to collect themselves, and as they did in the first half, knock the ball around, probing this Lions defence for an opening. Morton. Lawton. Cutting inside. Space on the left, but nobody running into it until now Nishikawa, but the ball will force him to go out and collect. Under pressure from Staley. He'll play it back to Hope. Hope to Iridakunda. Back to Hope. Hope. Iridakunda. Akbari now. Can they get a shot off? Iridakunda. Played out to Ristich, but it's cut out by the Lions. Once again, a Victory move forward. Well, it did happen without a shot, but maybe this time perhaps. Palazzolo. Found Akbari, but can't get anything going. He'll battle with Drutzis. Akbari wins the ball back. Nishikawa now. Under pressure from Fabrice, and he'll win a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Fabrice, the first player to go into the book for probably a foul that he didn't need to make. And now Victory, well, player still down, which is not what we want to see. Staley standing over the ball. Nishikawa is still down. It's not what we want to see. Hopefully he's alright to continue. Had a pretty good first half, did the young Victory left back. And he's up. He looks like he's going to try to walk it off. As Morton walks over to swing the ball into the area. What can Victory do here? Carrigan and Anderson, the two central defenders, have gone up for this set piece. Can he find one of the big men? Josh Hope hanging about at the back. Ball comes in. Did find Anderson, but Anderson couldn't get a proper header on it, but the danger is not cleared as Hope will watch the ball roll over the line for a throw-in. Ristich. Oh, cuts inside well. Ball comes in, looking for Palazzolo, cut out. We have a Morton now trying to apply the pressure, but the Lions, well, still under pressure. Drutzis gives the ball away to Ristich. Palazzolo was applying the pressure, but Sim just puts the ball on the roof under significant pressure. Just put his boot through it, which he probably had to do. And Victory can go again. Iridakunda. Lawton operating against Rizuki. Ristich. Hope. Cuts inside. Plays it back to Anderson. Nishikawa. Does well. He's got space to run into here. This is promising. Akbari. Iridakunda. Ristich with what looked to be an inadvertent backheel to Lawton, but now he's got the ball back. Ristich shoots. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but it's gone wide of the goals from the Victory, and it will be a goal kick to Coulter. But this is a bright start to the second half from the Victory. Applying good pressure. Just need to find that elusive opening and that elusive shot on target to make Coulter do some work. Sim. He will turn and instead switch the play to Collier. He's got Rizuki on his left. He'll use him. Rizuki will swing the ball into the middle looking for Gathercole, but it's cut out. Iridakunda now. Beats Rizuki. He's bustling and competing there with Kenny. But Collier will give the ball away, the free kick. It's taken quickly. Hope was unaware that he was under pressure there from Staley. Rizuki plays the ball forward, looking for Gathercole, but he can't get it. Ishikawa now. It's a Carrigan. Lawton. Lawton moves forward. Hope. Plays the ball all the way back to Sutton. So Victory will just reset, reload, try to get going again. Nishikawa chests the ball down under pressure from Gathercole. Now the Lions throw in. Comes in quickly. Gathercole. Staley chests the ball down. Has a shot. Fantastic save from Sutton. Second shot comes in. And the Lions have their second. Kenny was there waiting for the ball to come out. Sutton did fantastically to prevent the first shot, but he could do nothing about the second. Victory unable to close the ball down, and Kenny is waiting to just hammer home. Heartbreak for Victory. Once again, the Lions have struck early in the half. It had been all Victory in the early stages, but the Lions will break. Victory unable to get themselves properly organised, and it is now a 2-0 lead for the Eastern Conference table toppers. And Victory will have to start producing something more promising in the attacking half if they are for any chance to get back into this, but they've turned the ball over. The Lions clearly with a pep in their step now. Sets up a very interesting second half now for the remainder of it. Can Victory get something going? Victory do have Yazid Said on the bench, who did score a number of goals for them during the 2017-18 Y-League season if they want to bring on attacking reinforcements. But right now, their Lions are moving forward again. Staley will get it out to the left to Gathercole. He'll play the ball back to Collier. Collier, still in possession. He was under pressure there. I'll get the ball to Rizuki. Rizuki now, under pressure from Lawton. Plays the ball to Collier. Carrigan is there well to... Oh, he's done very well, has Carrigan, to get the ball to Iridakunda. Hope Too casual from Hope, but he keeps the ball. Palazzolo now. Ristic tries to flick it on to Hope, but it's cut out by Losty. Now it's a chance for the Lions to break up the right. Staley. Drutzis. Intercepted by Anderson. In a similar position from where the Lions began to build for their second goal. So by no means has the danger passed for the hosts. Better defence this time from the Victory. Oh, no, it's not. Spoke too soon as the ball got flicked in, and Gathercole rose highest to get his head on the ball. Just put it wide. Sutton started to come but couldn't get there in time, and that could have been 3 for the Lions. And at that point, you would have to have put a nail through Victory's chances of getting anything from this one, you would have to say. So a let-off for Victory as Sutton boots the ball forward. Cheeky hand in the back there from Ristic on Rizuki, and he's given away the free kick. Zuki just plays the ball back to Sim. You can definitely see an increase in spirits from the Lions after that second goal. Ishikawa will throw the ball back in. Palazzolo applying the pressure to Sim, who'll go back to Coulter. Coulter just put his ball through it. His foot through the ball, not the ball through the ball. Sutton not appreciating how close Gathercole was to the free kick there. Morton will play the ball across to Lawton on the right. Here to Kunda. Morton. Nishikawa on the left. What can he do with it? He'll be forced to play the ball back. And Morton, under pressure from Drutzis, will win a throw-in. But they've turned the ball over here. Gathercole plays the ball forward for Staley. Staley can go to work here. He's kept the ball. Had support arriving, but instead now the Victory can go forward themselves through Lawton, and he'll get the ball to Iridakunda. Iridakunda looking up. He's got men on his right, and he'll look for them. Hope. Try to keep this ball in. He does. Going up against Collier. Ristic. Lawton. Lawton gets the ball in, but it's blocked from Collier. They wanted a penalty, Melbourne Victory, for a handball. And the referee is going to come over and consult with his linesman here. It could be a penalty for the Victory. If not, it will be a corner. But the consultation's happening between the officials here. And it's a penalty. Handball from Collier, and the Victory will have a chance to drag this margin back to 1 goal. And it's a yellow card to Rizuki for giving lip to the linesman in the wake of that decision. Just, of course, no VAR in effect here at Epping Stadium. So, linesman's decision, as the Victory will now have a chance to drag the margin back. Saved by Coulter, but on the rebound. No mistake there from No mistake there from Morton. Coulter guessed correctly. Got down to his right and kept the ball out, but it bobbled up and Morton was there with his head to put the ball straight back in. Saving himself some embarrassment, I would say, but nonetheless, it is now 2-1 to Melbourne victory. And as you might have heard there from the announcement, Yazid Saeed, the man I talked about who's scoring for fun in the Y-League, will come on. He'll be replacing Stefan Ristic. Serviceable shift from Ristic. Couldn't find the target with a couple of chances, and now we'll see Saeed go for work as Victory attempts to find an equaliser. All to play for it. Remarkable. Gather Cole misses a header that could have made it 3-0, and then minutes later as Staley gets the ball in, but it's cut out. But minutes later, Collier, trying to get his body in the way of a cross in, inadvertently handles the ball, giving the Victory a penalty. Calmly dispatched by Morton. Well, not calmly dispatched. It was saved, but his header afterwards was calmly dispatched. And it's all to play for here at Epping Stadium. So if you're watching us on the NPL Victoria Facebook or YouTube pages, message your mate and get them to tune in because this should be an excellent one. As Iridakunda and Drutas battle for the ball, neither of them can collect. But Iridakunda nonetheless hustling and bustling, putting Losty under pressure. Collier now. He'll be forced to play back to Drutas. Not Drutas, to Coulter. And Coulter, under significant pressure from the newly introduced Saeed, is forced to just put the ball out. And now it's Victory who have a pep in their step. Carrigan. Ball is turned over. Drutas now. Sim. Collier to Rizuki. Back to Andrew Williams, the captain. Williams, the son of head coach Jimmy Williams for the Lions. Kenny will play the ball up the right, but no doing as it's cut out by Carrigan. We'll get the ball to Iridakunda, who's got space to operate in the middle. He'll put it out left to Akbari. He'll switch the play now. Hope has got time. Collier coming in on him. Hope cuts in on his left. Hope with a shot, but it's perhaps Collier got a touch on it or it was a poor shot because relatively simple dribbled effort for Coulter to get down and save. But that's better from Hope, cutting in and actually pulling the trigger and having a shot. Rizuki keeps the ball in, looking for Staley. But Staley's touch is poor, and it'll be a throw-in to Victory. Oh, tricky stuff there from Lawton, but he loses his feet in the process. And the Lions will come away with it. Drutzis, who's going to get bundled over by Morton and Hope. And it will be a free kick now to the Lions in a dangerous position. We've seen them score from one set piece already. As we see Rizuki and Drutzis standing over it. And it will be Rizuki who swings the ball in, looking for Staley. It's headed onwards, though, by the man behind him. Sim, who had come up from the defence and got a diving header on the ball. But it's saved. Kept out by Victory, but once again, a set piece. Flashing danger for the hosts as Iridakunda moves forward. Nishikawa on the left. Gets the ball back to Morton. Morton will get the ball to Hope, that traps it well. Does the Tasmanian. Still in possession is Hope. Akbari now. Possibly could have had a free kick there, but nonetheless retains possession. Nishikawa. Morton. Nishikawa on the left once again. Could he find someone in the box? It's floated in. But Saeed can't get there, and Rizuki will clean up. And he's got room to run into. He'll just knock the ball forward, but Sutton, out quick as a flash, aware of the danger, and will clear. And it'll roll all the way to his opposite number, Coulter. Collier. Coulter just puts his boot through it. For Staley, but it's cut out well, but nonetheless he'll get it back after Rizuki's header. Drutzis. Carrigan does well though. Palazzolo. Say just can't retain possession and it's turned over. Nishikawa. Morton. Plays the ball into space. Hope's there. He's got to beat Collier. On his right foot. Hope with the shot, but it's wide of the post. But we've seen Hope now. He's had a number of chances to work one-on-one with Collier. And that is something that the Lions are going to want to shut down because Hope is looking increasingly dangerous in this second half. He's already got one goal to his name this NPL Victoria season. Doesn't play a lot of these games because he's often with the A-League side, but he is capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. Number of goal scorers on the field for Victory. Palazzolo has 7 on the season, as I mentioned in the first half. Yazid Said has 5 on the season. Rahman Akbari has 3. So Victory do have players that can put the ball in the back of the net as they try to orchestrate a comeback. Palazzolo under pressure from Drutzis. He's forced to play it back to Nishikawa, who does well to dance over the Gather Cold challenge. And Victory had the switch on if they can execute it quickly. Anderson. He was looking for Palazzolo on the left, but it's cut out by Sim. Sorry, not Sim, that's Fabrice on the right. My apologies. Nishikawa. Iridakunda. Lawton. Played the ball into space. Akbari in possession. Shot from Akbari. It's spilled by Coulter. And it's just kept out before it can roll over the line. Saeed was applying the pressure as well. But that was almost disaster for Coulter. It was should have been relatively straightforward, right at him. But he's let it slip through his legs and it's almost rolled over the line. Excellently done by Akbari to find an avenue to goal and get a shot off. Akbar is showing off the talent that has many thinking he's one of the most talented players in this Victory Academy. As Victory, you can see them pressing hard now. Hope is up and about. But Williams sells him some candy and gets the ball forward, but Anderson is there to clean up. But now he'll come under intense pressure from Rizuki. Rizuki's going to drive him all the way back to the goal line. But it will be a goal kick as the ball took a final touch off Rizuki. Hope plays the ball to Iridakunda. Iridakunda does well. Saeed dances into the area. Cuts the ball back. Palazzolo saved by Coulter. And that was a fantastic save by Coulter. Victory knocking on the door. Said does very, very well to drive the ball towards the goal line and cut the ball back for Palazzolo. But a fantastic save there from Coulter keeps the Lions lead, but the danger not past yet as Victory will throw the ball in. Iridakunda. He'll get the ball in despite three defenders. Akbari fainted for the volley. Instead, tried to get the ball to Palazzolo. And Victory will have another throw in. This is an excellent period of sustained pressure from the hosts, but that's... Well, Akbari's kept the ball. But Rizuki is in there with a foot. Anderson gets the ball to Nishikawa on the left. And Akbari will give away the free kick, taking down Drutzis. As it looks like the Lions will be preparing to make their first sub of the game. Well, we had a few people in the Facebook page of NPL Victoria asking for it in the first half, and here we have it. Tom Biss, the former Wellington Phoenix player, scored an absolute banger against Brunswick back in round 6, which I was lucky enough to call. He'll be coming on, replacing Ross Staley. And we'll see what Tom Biss can do. He is the Lions' leading scorer this season with 4 goals. He's got the talent that he can turn a half chance into a very, very good chance if he wants to. Coulter comes out and drives the ball forward, looking for Drutzis. Carrigan is there to head the ball, but Biss moving into possession. But he'll give away the free kick. Pressure on Lawton, slightly too physical for the referee's liking. And Sutton will instruct his man, get up, give me an option down the field. And he'll play the ball all the way up the field, looking for Palazzolo. Instead, the Lions will cut it out now. But only as far as Carrigan. But Carrigan, under pressure from Drutzis, does well to get the ball back to Anderson. And he'll get to Nishikawa on the left. Said. Akbari now. What can Victory do here? Akbari going to work. Said. Shot from Said. It's taken a deflection and just goes wide. And it will be a corner for Victory. Dangerous there for the Lions. You never know where those deflected shots are going. Coulter was flat on his feet. He wasn't saving that one, but it's rolled out for a corner, which Morton will bang in from the right. Ball comes in. Big pack forms at the back post, but Coulter does well to just rise and collect strongly. Zuki can't keep the ball in, looking for Biss. And now as we're approaching the final 15 minutes of this game, it's been a very, very entertaining second half. Can we see Victory find an equaliser, or can the Lions hold on, or even maybe find a third and put this game to bed as Nishikawa down the left. Cross come shot, nowhere really in particular. And it will be a goal kick to the visitors. Looked like perhaps Nishikawa was looking for Palazzolo. Coulter, who's been called upon to make some saves in this second half. He, of course, saved a penalty, but unfortunately for him, Morton was waiting to pounce on the follow-up and head in to cut the margin to 1, but he has made a number of fine saves. Anderson heads the ball back. Palazzolo gets the ball to Iridakunda, who will find Nishikawa on the left. Saeed, back to Nishikawa. Palazzolo now on the left. He's got Hope arriving in the box if he can find him. Saeed as well. Hope. Nishikawa. Lions getting back in numbers. Victory are going to have to find their way through. Ball is switched to Lawton on the right. Under pressure from Rizuki. Cuts inside. Nishikawa. Nishikawa cuts in well, but he turns into a bit of trouble. Now Lawton has ghosted all the way over to the left from his right back position. Iridakunda. Back to Lawton. Just there's no space. Hope can't wriggle through. Lions doing very well to shut down any avenues to goal as Rizuki will try to find Gathercole. But Morton is there to put the ball out for a throw-in. Collier, who gave away the handball which led to the penalty, but other than that he's been pretty serviceable today. Will throw the ball in. He'll find Rizuki. Back to Collier. The two of them combining well. Rizuki under pressure from Iridakunda. That's a fantastic challenge from Iridakunda, and he'll spring Palazzolo in on goal. But a strong challenge there from Williams prevents Palazzolo from going on with it. Biss has gone all the way back to his defence there. Collier. Rizuki. Biss. What can Biss do? He'll switch the play all the way out to the right to Fabrice. Rizuki. He'll play the ball into the middle. He was looking for Gathercole, but Sutton does well to collect. And now Victory looking to move forward quickly. Ball is played to Hope on the right, but it is overhit, and it will be a Lions throw-in. As it looks as though Victory are preparing to make their second substitution. Looks like it will be Nishikawa departing, replaced by Nur Sahavdic. I think. We'll get the announcer to say it. Sounds like the announcer didn't know any more than I did. And the Lions will be making a substitution as well. Ziggy Rizuki, who's had an excellent game out there on the left, is replaced by number 12, Will Ellis. So both sides turning to the substitutes bench here late in the contest. Some fresh legs to either protect the lead if you're the Lions or try to get back into this one if you are Victory. Hope tries to flick it onto Iridakunda, finds him eventually. Biss. Under pressure from... He's done well to ride the challenge, and he's kept going as Biss. And he'll win a free kick from Akbari. Akbari doesn't like it. And Akbari is going to have to watch himself here that he doesn't get a booking for back chat. And the Lions look like they're going to take this one about 5 or so metres back from where the actual infringement occurred. And Biss will try to find his man out there on the right, but no doing as Victory shut it down. There's 2 balls on the field. I'm not sure which one's legit. No, it's the one for the throw-in. Very vocal contingent of Lions fans out here today. Almost sounds as though they're actually outnumbering the fans of the home side in attendance. So the side from the Eastern Conference has travelled well. And Victory win a free kick here. Chance to get some men forward and get something going. Ellis, one of his first touches of the ball. He was looking for Drutzis, cut out by Lawton, but it will be a throw-in to the Lions here. So we're in the final 10 minutes now as the Lions look to go forward again. Bess gets it out to Ellis on the left. Cuts inside. Excellent work here from Ellis, but that final touch lets him down, and it will be a goal kick. Let off for Victory. Sutton will take it quickly. Gets it to Hope, and Hope's got room to run into. Instead, he'll switch the play, looking for Saeed on the left. Instead, it's cut out by Fabrice, and he'll look for Drutzis. And Sutton is aware to the danger and collects. Hope. Lawton. Back to Hope. Play back to Morton, and they'll be forced to go back to Anderson. Now Carrigan carrying the ball forward. He found the newly introduced new Sahavdic, and instead the Lions will put it out for a throw-in, which is taken by Saeed. Iridakunda does well, retains possession. Iridakunda still on it. Was looking for Palazzolo, couldn't find it. That's an excellent sliding challenge from Iridakunda. Morton under pressure from the newly introduced Bess. Clever flick from Iridakunda. Said now on the left. Iridakunda. Sahavdic had a shot, took a deflection, and it's jumped on by Coulter. And he's got a man still down here. And Coulter will be forced to put the ball out of play. Always have to raise an eyebrow in the late stages of these games when a player on the team with the lead goes down with an injury. As we see the trainer come on. And he went down without any contact, so suspicions maybe from Victory only increased by that. Trainer looks to be working on Williams' ankle. As we've ticked over, we're in the 84th minute now, so this of course should be all added to extra time, but time ticking away if Victory are to get some point out of this. And looking at the live ladder, if this result holds, Eastern Lions would go back top of the NPL2 Eastern Conference with a superior goal difference of +7 compared to second place Bulleen Lions +1. The result would mean that Melbourne Victory Youth would now fall to 6th in the NPL2 Western Conference. So just with their +4 goal difference, far superior to the -5 goal difference of 7th place Geelong. So, of course, with the coming reforms to the NPL system, the NPL splitting into NPL, VPL 1 and VPL 2 as of next season. Top 6 finishes, so important. And you never want to drop points in. If you're the Victory, you don't want to drop points in a game like this where you'd say on the balance of play you'd be worth at least a point. Iridakunda, he's been excellent today. And he'll move forward once again under intense pressure. Gets the ball out to Akbari. He'll find Saeed on the left. Saeed, he's been active since he's come on. Ducking and weaving. Saeed back to Akbari. Just dribbled a shot in. Cleared by the Lions, but Victory once again, as they've done so many times in this half, will just reload and try to get something going. Lawton. Can he find a man? Nah. He was looking for Sahavdic, but unfortunately just hit the ball slightly too hard, and Sahavdic will put the ball right where it needs to be for a goal kick to make sure that Coulter doesn't play funny buggers. But Coulter does anyway. Veteran move from the goalkeeper for the Lions. Well done by Drutzis. He's got space to run into here. A third for the Lions would probably kill the game. Drutzis goes down, but he gets back up, and it's a penalty for the Lions. Drutzis did fantastically to win the spot kick. He kept going and going, and Lawton has hacked him down just inside that penalty area. Disaster for Victory. They've been on top for most of this second half, and one might say, indeed, the game as a whole. But nonetheless, it looks like it's going to be Bess who'll have a chance to beat Sutton and absolutely ice this game in the final 10 minutes for the visitors. The former Wellington Phoenix A-League player. Long run up for Bess. Into that left-hand side. Sutton, no chance. Perfect penalty from Bess. 3-1. 3-1 to the visitors, and you would have to say 3 points now to the visitors as well. Bess, no mistake. Sutton, no chance. Heartbreak for the Victory. Although you've got to give most of the credit for that goal to Drutzis. Never gave up. As Victory also look like they're making their final substitution of the game. As Matt Bozanowski comes on to replace Morton. As Victory, well, they're going to have to throw numbers for it if they get anything out of this game. Of course, football is a funny game, so you can never say never, but have to be disaster for the Lions if they were to lose the 3 points from here. And Saeed sprinting to collect the ball for Sim so he can take the throw in quickly. Iridakunda in the middle trying to get something going. Iridakunda is all over Drutzis, but the referee waves play on, and now hope. Lawton cutting inside from the right. He'll play the ball. It's Carrigan who's got Saeed. Saeed's got some space. Gets the ball back in. Headed onwards from Palazzolo, but the ball is wide. And just no luck for the Victory. They've had plenty of the ball and plenty moves forward, but their only time they were able to get a goal was when Morton had a penalty that was saved, but he was there on the follow-up, so As we hear the Lions making their final substitution of the game, Drutzis, who won the penalty for his side, and really you would have to say that looks likely to have sealed the 3 points for the Lions and top spot on the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table, is replaced by Cameron Niels late in this game. As the fourth official also indicates 4 minutes of added time. So if Victory are to get something, an unlikely point from this game, they will need to find the back of the net twice in 4 minutes. After failing to break the Lions down from open play in 90. But that ball is cut out by Gathercole. Now Bess applying the pressure to Iridakunda. Iridakunda will get the ball out to the right to Sahavdic. Sahavdic puts it in the middle to Iridakunda. Back out to Lawton. Lawton, he's still got the ball. Splay the ball out wide to Carrigan. Carrigan will float the ball back in, looking for Akbari. Sahavdic onto his right boot. Collier with a great defence. Sahavdic still has it, cuts the ball back inside. Victory have a chance here. They just can't get a boot on the ball, and the Lions will clear. And Gathercole will flick the ball onwards for Bess. They'll try to keep the ball in, but it's going to get cut out there by the newly introduced Bozanovsky, and another chance for Victory to get forward. But is it too little too late, as the diminutive Saeed can't get up to collect the ball? And you just have to say that I think I can hear a fat lady singing somewhere, because that is probably it for Victory's hopes. And Sim will just throw the ball long. I was joking about the fat lady singing, but there is actually music coming from behind their commentary position, so maybe not. Saeed trying to spark his side to life. He's been busy, but hasn't been able to set up or make an elusive goal. You can see that Lawton has just gone all the way into the middle of the park and the left from his right make position. He's desperately trying to make up for his mistake. It was his foul that gave away the penalty that Biss dispatched to make it 3-1. Akbari. Carrigan, but just there's a wall of Lions defenders in that penalty area. Bozanovsky floats the ball in. Carrigan was there, but he couldn't collect the ball for a header. And it's going to be a goal kick to the Lions. Neil's unable to keep it in as the final seconds of this game wind down. Carrigan. Bring it back out to Lawton, who's been very busy. Cuts back inside. Loses Gathercole. He's still going. Lawton tries to slice the ball through, but nobody making the run. And Coulter will just tease Saeed with the ball before picking it up. Can't be very long left to go now. And that's it. The referee blows full time. Lawton falls to the turf. As the Lions come away with all 3 points, Gathercole put them in front very early in that first half before they struck again twice in the second half. Victory did get one back through Morton, after he had a penalty save. It was there in the follow-up, but then late in the game, Thomas Biss, the substitute, calmly dispatching a penalty of his own, and the Lions will end round 10 back where they started it, in first place in the NPL 2 Eastern Conference. So frustrations for victory, but in the end, just unable to find the back of the net from open play, and it's cost them. My name has been Joey Lynch. Thank you for joining me today on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages. Make sure, if you are on Facebook, to give the page a like. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you're subscribing to the page so you can get notifications about all of the NPL streams, every NPL game, every NPL under 20 game, and 2 NPL 2 games a week being streamed. Thank you for joining us from Epping Stadium. It's been Eastern Lions 3, Melbourne Victory 1.